Hello, it's Helen from Journal with Purpose. Today I'm going to show you how I set up Level 10 Life in my bullet journal. Level 10 Life is mentioned in the Miracle Morning book by Hal Elrod, and on miraclemorning.com you can download the life wheel and guidance on the Fast Start kit. And I've decided to set up that wheel in my bullet journal so that it's somewhere I can easily find it. The first step is drawing out the circles. So I'm going to use a compass, and I've counted up the 10 dots because there'll be 10 rings in the circle, and I just keep closing it and reducing it by one dot each time that I draw a new circle. And I've decided to look at 10 different areas of my life, so I'm now going to break that circle up into 10 areas. But you could choose to focus on more or less areas and then just divide your circle up into the amount of areas of your life you want to look at. I'm now using a Staedtler pigment liner to draw those lines in. I'm now using a Tombow calligraphy pen with a firm nib to write the headings. And I'm just writing 1 to 10 along each of the lines. I thought it would be useful to use 10 different colours for the 10 different areas. And I'm using the Staedtler Triplus Broadliner in brilliant colours. The first step is to think about the different areas of your life you want to work on, and then give them a rough score out of 10. And I really didn't spend more than about 5-10 seconds thinking about the score. I think you can overanalyse it. But I just kind of think, 5's about average, am I higher or lower than that? And then draw a broad line on the circle to show where you are, so that when you come back to review it, if you add progress lines later on, you can see what your starting point was. And on the right hand side of the page, I'm just writing a few sentences about each of those areas, just to quickly reflect and think about how I'm doing at the moment. The 10 areas of my life I decided to look at are family and friends, personal growth and development, spirituality, finances, career and business, relationship, fun and recreation, contribution and giving, health and fitness, and physical environment. But again, you could pick any areas that are relevant to you. I've also written a blog post to go alongside this video, which you can find over at journalwithpurpose.co.uk, and I'll link that below, so if you want to see any stills of the pages I've created, you'll be able to find them there. The next step that I decided to do in my journal is look at what will Level 10 life look like. I thought it would be useful to have in my mind what would be the ultimate in each of those areas. But I also think that that ultimate level changes quite frequently. Your circumstances change, different opportunities come up, so I don't see those as set in stone. But what I also do is, if I've graded myself level 6, I write what I think level 7 and level 8 might look like. And I find that easier to work towards, to think, okay, what's the next step that I need to take? It feels more tangible to me to have just the next level to focus on in the short term. So I did this again for each area that I'd marked on the wheel. final thing I do is I use a large Project Life journaling card to write down my level 10 life next steps. So I just number it from 1 to 10 and pick the next step for each area of my life. And that's to stop me really becoming overwhelmed from all the different things that I'd like to achieve. And I also find that sometimes you forget to look back at the pages in your bullet journal. So I write this down on a card and stick it to the very front cover of my journal. But really, you could just leave it anywhere you know you'll see it every day. So it could be on your desk or in your bag, really just so that it's a reminder and you don't forget about those plans you'd put in place. And then each time I start a new bullet journal, I do another Project Life card and I look back to see how far I've come and what the next steps are that I need to take. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you've got any questions or comments, please do leave them down below. I will include links over to my blog post and over to Miracle Morning. And if you've liked it, please do give me a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing. Thank you ever so much, and I will see you in the next one.